Hello, baseball fans. Hope everybody's staying safe. If you haven't hit subscribe, please do so. Really appreciate everybody who supports me early on here. So today we're doing another vlog, our third, in fact, about the big free agent starter, Mr. Trevor Bauer. Now, if you don't know who Trevor is, check out my earlier vlogs. They go into his stats a little bit more in depth. But the one number that always stands out with me and Trevor Bauer is 6.69. That was his ERA through his first 10 starts with the Reds. In fact, Trevor Bauer's had multiple years where he's had an ERA over 4, even 4.50. So whichever team does sign him for this big contract is certainly taking a gamble there. But for me, the gamble is more with his personality. And I believe that Trevor Bauer could end up being a cancer for whichever organization signs him. Now, it seems to be down to the big two, and maybe even a third mystery team entering the race here. And let's talk about that mystery team and get them out of the way right away, because I actually believe that's my Toronto Blue Jays. And the only reason why the Toronto Blue Jays are coming up in conversation is from everything that I've read online. They're the only team that offered him a 6 or 7 year guaranteed contract, somewhere around 200 million bucks. But that's not going to do it for Trevor Bauer, because it's not necessarily about the years. It's about the money, and it's about his ego. And what am I talking about? Well, it's him wanting to eclipse Garrett Cole's $36 million a year annual value, and that's why the Blue Jays are out. And that goes more to speak about who Trevor Bauer is, not just as a player, but as a person. He wants to make sure he beats Garrett Cole. He wants to make sure he can have the opportunity to pitch every 4 days. He has some aspects and control over how he's coached. It's me, not we with Trevor Bauer. And that's why I say he could be a cancer to whichever team does sign him. And the two teams that looks like it's going to end up being is either the Mets or the Dodgers. And let's talk about that. Because the Dodgers could have pulled the trigger on this really quickly. They have the money. They're one of the richest teams in baseball, and they don't care about spending. They really don't care about luxury tax. I think what they're worried about is Trevor Bauer and his personality, and how that's going to mesh really with Clayton Kershaw over there with the Dodgers. They are certainly polar opposites of one another, and if there is a personality clash, that's not what the Dodgers need. Additionally, Clayton Kershaw is going to be a free agent next year. So does that mean there's a benchmark for how much Clayton's going to make? Is he going to want $40 million a year as well? Or is off-putting Trevor Bauer on the team, and what I mean, his personality is so off-putting that Clayton Kershaw wants to sign somewhere else? Could you imagine Clayton Kershaw in anything else but a Dodgers lineup? And I wonder if that's what they're worried about in bringing Trevor Bauer over there. The Mets, not so concerned about that. I think Steve Cohen, just being a young owner, just really wants to stack up in talent, kind of like George Steinbrenner of the Yankees of the past. And he's not worried about that. He just wants that big ticket name on there. And that would be interesting as well, because this is going to create some interesting scenarios for some of the free agents or some of the extensions that the Mets want to sign. What are they going to do with Francisco Lindor? Is he going to want $40 million a year? Additionally, Noah Syndergaard is going to be a free agent at the end of next season. Does that mean he's going to be getting close to 35, 40 million bucks a year? Is Noah Syndergaard as good a pitcher as Trevor Bauer? It just creates a lot of scenarios. Additionally, you have his big, huge personality. Is that going to create a rift with some of these players and make them not want to re-sign with the Mets? Just a lot of question marks with Trevor Bauer. And with all these question marks, is he really worth 100 to 120 million bucks for 3 years? I really don't think so. Let me know what you think, though. Am I being a little bit too hard on Trevor Bauer? Do you think he's going to be the huge impact starter for any team that signs him? Do you regret that the Jays may not be in on that? Leave your comments below. I'm very curious about what you think about Trevor. More importantly, I hope everybody stays safe today. Hit subscribe if you haven't, and we'll talk soon. Take care now.